How do the best smartphone cameras from Apple and Samsung compare as of March 2025? As before, the iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 3-camera setup, whereas the Samsung Galaxy features a 4-camera setup. If we compare maximum resolution, the Samsung Galaxy produces better details with its cameras over the iPhone. And as you go throughout the zoom range, the Galaxy particularly has an advantage when going from 3x up to 5x zoom, thanks to the additional telephoto camera on the Samsung Galaxy, which the iPhone does not have. In good lighting, it's difficult to choose a winner when we compare macro photography, but I'd personally choose the Galaxy. I think macro photography benefits from a punchier look which the Samsung Galaxy creates. Now, the iPhone selfie camera has a slightly wider lens, which I'd argue can make a difference when taking handheld selfies. I challenged the dynamic range of these selfie cameras, and I found that the iPhone did a better job at handling the demanding dynamic range of the scene. In low lights, the Galaxy's new ultra-wide-angle camera definitely performs better than the iPhone's ultra-wide-angle camera when taking photos. The main cameras perform similar at 1 and 2x zoom. However, once we get to 3 and 4x zoom, we can notice the Galaxy retaining more detail with its additional camera, whereas the iPhone is still relying on its main camera to crop up to 5x zoom. And at 5x zoom, despite the iPhone's telephoto camera having a wider aperture, the Galaxy's telephoto camera with its higher megapixel count produces better and cleaner shots in low light, probably thanks to pixel binning. Thanks to the additional telephoto camera on the Samsung Galaxy, in portrait mode we do have one extra camera to choose from, which can be helpful depending on the environment you shoot your portraits in. But as far as which smartphone captures better portraits, I think it's mostly a subjective category. The iPhone creates a more balanced look, and the portraits taken with the Samsung Galaxy have more saturation and more contrast. For those who like to capture raw photos and edit them, while the iPhone may appear to have a very slightly more usable dynamic range, the Samsung Galaxy does capture noticeably more details with its greater photo resolutions across all cameras. In video modes, the Samsung Galaxy can finally now shoot log video as well, which is a step in the right direction for Samsung smartphones, but it simply is still nowhere near competing with the Apple iPhone's video capabilities. The S25 Ultra can capture 8K 30 frames per second, but the video bitrate is quite limited as it is below 100 megabits per second, whereas the iPhone's ProRes format can capture video with exponentially higher bitrates, making the iPhone the preferred choice for video professionals. Furthermore, when challenging both smartphones and capturing video with 60 frames per second in low light, the Samsung Galaxy is no match for the iPhone, despite the significant low light improvements of the Galaxy's new ultra wide angle camera. So when capturing low light video, the iPhone performs better over the Galaxy across all cameras. On the Samsung Galaxy Super Steady mode, you are limited to QHD resolution, and you can use the ultra wide angle camera and the main camera. On the iPhone's action mode, you can use all cameras, and the resolution is limited to 2.8K, which is greater than the Galaxy's QHD resolution. And judging the results, I'd say that the iPhone still remains the winner when it comes to stabilization. Both the iPhone and Galaxy can capture 4K at 120 frames per second or 1080p at 240 frames per second. However, the Samsung Galaxy can capture 4K 120 frames per second not only with its main camera but also with its ultra wide angle camera as well, whereas the iPhone can capture 4K 120 frames per second with its main camera only. With the default camera apps, both smartphones allow to use all cameras to create time lapses. The iPhone continues to produce only 1080p time lapses when using the default camera app, whereas the Samsung Galaxy can create 4K HDR time lapses. I think it's fair to say that when evaluating the overall photo quality, resolution, low light performance, and zoom capabilities, the Samsung Galaxy is better when it comes to photo quality over the Apple iPhone, thanks to its camera upgrades over the last few years. However, for those who have more interest in professional video capabilities, the Apple iPhone is simply the clear winner when it comes to video capabilities. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if my video was helpful in any way, please consider subscribing and stay tuned for my upcoming content.